Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So we're gonna do a quick review, more of like an overview here. Mainly because this guy has been, I would say, probably reviewed so many times, and you can find so many other videos, which is fine, but like it's been kind of reviewed to death in a way. So I'm not gonna be talking about it too much, but just so if someone stumbles upon this video, they can get an idea. This is glow in the dark carbon fiber. So yes, if I keep it in this light or sunlight long enough and then turn the lights off, it will glow slightly. I don't have the ability to show you that right now just because of the time of day. It's just too bright in this room. Now if I did this video at night, then that would be different, but at the moment I cannot do that. One thing I do have to say is ZT is always really good with their grind lines. You can kind of see and make them look nice. Now some people love grind lines, some people not so much, so depends. But before we get too far into this, please like and subscribe. Please follow Instagram and like the Facebook page. Let's get into some size comparisons. This new camera angle will allow size comparisons to just straight up work better because it's gonna be a straight down shot, so you should be able to see the actual size difference straight on. As you can see, this is noticeably larger, both in the handle and noticeably larger in the blade and noticeably larger in the cutting edge. That was obviously the 940. And we're gonna do the Shaman here. I'm gonna line up this way. So overall, they're pretty darn close. Yes, the ZT has a slightly longer blade and has more cutting edge. The handle room is pretty similar, but still slightly different. Both solid blades, solid knives. Now let's do the obvious comparison. Very used. You can see all the scuff marks from copper, aluminum, and other things that scratched on the blade here. But there you go. They are exactly the same in blade length, and in literally there's not much difference in these two, to be frank, to be honest. The one main difference that you're gonna see in this particular comparison is this. So this guy right now, you can get a G10 and other scales to where you can have it reversed, so it's not like you can't do that, but these two models in particular, this has it, this does not. And you'll notice with this particular one, it's more of a counter sunk frame lock or liner lock. It's a beefier liner lock. The benefit of that, there's benefits to both, but benefit to this is that you can't accidentally disengage it. Your fingers can't get pinched by it when flicking it, because sometimes if you hold here and you go like this, you can actually pinch your fingers. With the frame lock, you don't have to worry about that. You also don't have to worry about putting pressure on the frame lock when flipping it. This obviously you do kind of, but it's actually not that hard because there's quite a bit of room right there. We have to go like that and get it done. So it's just kind of, this guy has been used a lot, so I do need to lube him up and clean everything out. It's a little bit not nearly as smooth as he normally is, and that's okay. But in the end of the day, they're really similar. Overall, which one do I like the most? So the benefit of the frame lock is where you're here, and it can't disengage because your hand is keeping it there. So as long as you have a good grip, you're fine. Where the one problem with these is, even with your hand there, it's not putting any pressure or any mitigation there, so it can still disengage on its own. So there's that. These are both 20 CV. But we will leave it at that. So I guess the main question is, does ZT make a better Hinderer than Hinderer nowadays? No, to be honest. They don't. Here's a different question. Do they make a better Hinderer for the price than Hinderer? That I would say yes, to be honest. If we're going price, price per price versus value you get, I would say the ZT Eclipse, this guy right here, the 0393 is a better value for the price you pay, just flat out. Now these most of these you would have to find on the secondary market. You're not gonna find one out there on dealer. There's still one model left. I can't remember the model name, but you can find it here and there. It is an Eclipse ZT. It's just not gonna be like this particular one here. This is an older model that I was able to get on the secondary market, and was happy to, was glad to. I've been meaning to find one of these for a long time, just haven't been able to. But yes, so if you're trying to get a Hinderer, but not for the Hinderer price, then the ZT here is a good option. It's a little bit cheaper, and you still get pretty darn good quality out of it. You know, like really, you're sacrificing a little bit, but not a ton. To be honest, it's still one of the most sought after ZTs. It is definitely, there's still obviously debate whether this is underrated or overrated. And I even did a post a while back asking what people thought, if it was underrated or overrated, and most of the feedback I got was that it was actually still underrated, mainly because Hinderer has gotten so good at making their eclipses now, that they're overshadowed by that to a degree, and so they're underrated in that way. Where like I would say, yeah, they're underrated in that way, but I think the main thing is that they are better for the price. Harder to find now, but they are better for the price that you would pay, but they're not a better knife. Like overall, if you want the better knife, go with the Hinderer. But if you're want the best bang for your buck out of the two, this is what I would go for. Or if you can't, you know, afford the actual Hinderer, this is a good option. Now, I guess like the thing I go back to is, for me, I like this a lot. For whatever reason, I have any blade that's coated, I have a hard time using it. It kind of deters me from using it because I don't want to mess up the coating. Where this guy is a working finish, and so it's gonna get messed up, but I can almost completely remedy this mess with just cleaning it up, and it'd be fine. Same thing with satin blades or stone wash blades. They're easier to work with and get back to normal. Where this not really. Once you scratch it or actually take part of it off, like part of the coating completely off, then that's just it. Where a satin blade you can work with, you can get back to normal. So a lot of my knives that I really use are not coated, just because of that one purpose and that one reason. Now I still have coated blades. I still really like coated blades. They serve their purpose, but they're not gonna be my main use knives. Like, I'll still use them, but they're not gonna be something where I'm beating them to a pulp. Just not going to. So that's the one downfall of this particular one is I just won't use it as much, as hard. Yeah, I will use it, but I will not use it nearly as hard as if it was a full satin blade. And that's just how it goes for me. That might not be your case, and that's okay. I do enjoy it ergonomically, of course. Action-wise, really good action, but so if you want a Hinderer Eclipse, but don't or can't afford the don't want to pay or can't afford to pay the full Hinderer price, then this is what I would pick up. But either way, that's really all I have. This is just pretty much talking over the reality that there's still that debate going on, and kind of all this question. It's kind of been a lot quieter lately because Hinderer has been doing so well with quality of their knives now, like overall, and definitely with the Eclipse now. But the question now is more like, okay, what's better for the price? And I would still say overall the ZTs are better for the price, but they're not the better knives. But either way, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.